Okay, so this is the ESports VS500L power supply, which of course means value series power supply, and I got it for 1725 rupees, which is of course less than 2000 rupees. And for that price, I think this is a great 500 watt power supply. First impressions, by the way, and still it does not have any 80 plus certification, so do not expect those kind of things over here. But this power supply might be a little bit of good of a value, because the most closest power supply that you can get with a 80 plus certification is the VS500 from Corsair, which is almost like double the price of this one, maybe 3300 rupees or something for the VS500. But this is, of course, the name looks similar, but they are different brands. This is from ESports and Corsair is great. I also have a VS550 from Corsair that is still working great, but I got it for my old PC because the old power supply of the old PC is almost like done for its life. And here, let me actually show you the box first. The first thing which I'm going to complain about here is the seals. This is not a pleasant experience to order this power supply from Amazon, I would say, because if you're noticing, the seals have already been like broken, as you can see, and even on this side the seals are broken. And if you look at the seal over here, this of course looks like it has been like opened earlier. If you are looking at this, just notice this, it definitely feels like it has been opened earlier. So yeah, all the seals are broken. I have not even touched the seals yet. So this is what kind of experience I'm getting. Here it says continuous power, 120mm fan, and if you notice this side, it has this VS500L like kind of logo. And if I look at the right side of the box here, the MRPs and stuff are there. The MRP is quoted on the box is 2699, but definitely you can get it for 1725 rupees from Amazon. I'll link it below in the description, the affiliate link. You can use it to buy this, and you can help the channel of course with that like link if you purchase it from that link. And for technical support, you can visit on this website, it's written over here. I don't know how their service will be, but from Corsair I got great service, but here I'm not really sure. Maybe it will be good, I don't know. And there are some inbox contents written. We have power supply, of course, one piece, then power cable, one piece, and mounting screws, 4 pieces of screws, and the user manual. That's it inside the box. And if you look at the back side on the box, here we have the product features, and it says low standby power consumption, the 12 volt design to meet the needs of high-end medium graphics cards. So if you have a like 1050 Ti or something, I am pretty sure this can power that. And here we have hydraulic low noise fans, and it says double copper PCB design for more stable power operation. Definitely it might have some good capacitors, but I'm not really sure because it does not simply have a 80 plus certification. But if you're worried about the connectivity, as you can see, there is the ATX 24 pin like kind of stuff, of course, and the 4+4 8 pin CPU connector. Then we have 6+2 like pins of PCIe for the graphics card, and we have this SATA ports. 3 pieces of SATA ports are there, and there are 2 Molex ports. Not too much, but yeah, this is like pretty fine for a basic PC, or if you're building a PC with AMD APUs and stuff, this power supply is going to be really great value in my personal opinion. Now let me actually open the seal over here. Definitely it feels like it has been opened earlier. Now let me open the box. Here we have the box contents. It says welcome to ESports, and some stuff is written. I'll put it to the sides. Now let's look at this warranty card. Here we have the warranty card and stuff, and you can see the user manual over here, and you can read it out if you want to. Let me put it aside. Now let's quickly take a look at the power cable. This is how it looks like. As you can see, this side of course goes to the power supply, then this side goes to the wall, and here this ground pin is kind of not there, but the hole is there. You can, I think, like purchase and put a ground pin over there if you need that, maybe, I don't know. But here the ground pin is missing right out of the box. It has only two pin socket. Here it says 10 amps and 250 volts, I guess. So that's what is written over here, like between the socket. I'll put this thing aside. Now let me just take out the power supply and let me show you. So nothing else is inside the box. All contents are over here. These are the 4 screws, and we also have some zip ties. So that's great. we have I think 1 2 3 4 5 6 zip ties, which is gonna be pretty fine, and the 4 screws are there if you need those. Now let's see. Okay, so this has a plastic wrap on like over it, so that's good. So that means yeah, it might be fine. The seals are fine, so that is pretty good, I would say. I was quite disappointed about that like broken seals, but right now I would say this feels good because we have this plastic kind of wrap over here. So right now let me just like cut this plastic kind of stuff. So this is how it looks like. We have the ESports logo over here. This 120mm fan is there, and yeah, should be pretty good. And there is also a plastic stuff over here. You can remove it before like applying to your PC. And here if you look inside, you can see all the capacitors and stuff inside over here, all the components you can see through. But like from the first impressions, I would say this power supply definitely feels like a Corsair VS series power supply, and build quality seems nice, although again it does not have any kind of certification of 80+. And there is also a sticker over here which says warranty void if seal is damaged. I think this is a screw or something. And on this side we have nothing, simply. So yeah, and we have all the cables. This wire quality I would say may not be that great. Yeah, I can definitely say these wires might not be that great of a quality, but they should be fine for a basic PC. And on this side it says ESports Value Series VS500. So that's it. So again, in my opinion, for 1725 rupees, you can't go wrong with this power supply. There is no 80+ certification, of course, that is why the price is low. But for a budget PC, this is all you need in my opinion. So who is this power supply actually for? Again, you can use this with AMD APUs which are like 3400G, 3200G, and in Intel side I would say you can use it with any like 65 watt TDP CPU that is like i5 7400, just like I have, and others like the 10600, you can use it with that too. This is definitely a power supply which is like meant to be used on a budget kind of PC build, where your budget of the PC does not go above 30 to 35,000 in my opinion. Okay, so if you were wondering what kind of PC exactly you can build this for, well, I'm gonna use this power supply to apply on this particular PC. And here I have a i5 7400, and this is a Gigabyte's H110 MS2 motherboard, and I have 8GB of 2400 RAM stick. Actually this is a 2800, but I'm gonna be running at 2400 because that's how much the motherboard supports. And over here you cannot see it, but over here we have a 240GB SSD. So no hard disk drive over here on this PC, just an SSD, 8GB RAM, i5 7400, and that's pretty much it. And one single like 80mm fan, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and that's what I'm gonna be running. And you can also add a GPU if you want to actually with this power supply, because of course this is a 500 watt power supply, but I should recommend, or I will recommend, actually using up to GTX 1050 Ti or something, not more than that, because if you put more than that like 1660 Ti or something, you can use it too, I guess. Or I would say you can use a 1050 Ti or a 1650 Ti too, that is pretty much fine. But I won't suggest going with 2060, or of course the RTX 2060, and definitely not the 3060 or something like that. So yeah, if you're building a budget PC, this power supply is going to be fine for normal CPU and GPU. So enough talking right now, let's get back to the work. So here I have the power supply. First I'll put it over here, I guess, and let's open this rubber, and let me actually take all the cable over here. So these are all the ports, the SATA ports and stuff like that, the ATX pin, the 24 pin ATX and stuff. All the ports says TKG or something, I don't know what that means. And this one does not have anything written, if you are noticing. Okay, so here as you are noticing, this is a 6+2 pin over here, which is 8, of course. So that means this is a PCI Express port, I guess. And here this one is another 8 pin. This is for the CPU, because you can split it like into 2 over here. Okay, so right now as you can see, this has become 4+4. So that means you can put one to your CPU. Right now my i5 7400, and with this motherboard I have only 4-pin CPU plug. So yeah, I mean this is the CPU power. So first let's plug this 24-pin ATX over here. We just have to align the clip over here to the right side. Okay, so this went in super fine, but I did not hear any clicks or something. So right now it's time to plug the CPU power. So I'm gonna be connecting just one CPU power over here. CPU power is in, so I'll put all these cables like up here so that I can see it. A lot of SATA ports here, which I'm noticing, 3 SATA ports. So that's great. You can connect up to like 3 hard drives or SSDs with this kind of power supply. So having a hard time putting in this SATA power. Okay, so finally with the help of a bit of light, I could see it. So right now let me just plug this SATA cable too, which is connected to the motherboard already. So right now let me actually screw this power supply with the cabinet. If the CPU fan spins, that means it's fine. So I plugged it in. Let me power it with the power button, of course. And as you can see, this actually spins. So that means the power supply is actually working. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. This is Tito from KD and Tech signing off for today. I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye now.